Hi friends, welcome to our channel Be Incredible. Today let's see about TIPCO BW6 product layout and its folder structures. Let's go to the video. BW6 Studio is opened. You can see Project Explorer at the top left side of the screen. Usually Project Explorer lists both shade and application modules. In BW6, we can save multiple application in a single workspace, whereas in BW5 we can save only one application in a single work location. Moving to the bottom left side of the screen, this is the Resource Explorer area. Resource Explorer contains multiple tabs. Let's see one by one. The first tab is Outline tab. This shows the outline view of all the resources present in the current application. So you can see the outline view of the current application. The next tab is API tab. This helps us to refer or access the external API. This can be done by selecting this option and select settings. Here you can select new and specify the external API URL and its corresponding username and password to access it. The next tab is Cloud Servers. This helps us to store all our APIs on cloud. The next one is Deployment Servers. This helps us to deploy our application from TIPCO BW6 product to tadmin directly. The next one is Module. This contains job shade variable, module properties and module shade variable. Module property is nothing but the global variable in BW5. Module shade variable is similar to the shade variable in BW5. So in this module tab, job shade variable, module property and module shade variable that is created and used in the project are listed here. The next tab is File Explorer. This helps us to invoke any external file without importing the file into the project. Moving to the right side of the screen, this is the design area where you can implement your business logic. So there is two scope, outside and inside, in this design area. So let's see the outside scope first. There are two icons in the left side of the design area. The first one is Create Service. This helps us to create a SOAP service. The next one is Create Service with existing interface. So we can access the existing SOAP service using this icon. Then click on this outside scope and go to Properties in the bottom screen. General, Description, Advanced tab. In Advanced tab, we specified modifiers as public. If suppose we specify the process as a private process, then there are some limitations. Then the mode is selected as stateful. For SOAP service, we should always select the mode as stateful, whereas for REST service, we should select as stateless. The next option is activation. In the drop down, we can see two options, multiple app nodes and single app node. So if we plan to deploy our application in load balance mode, then we should choose all the process activation as multiple app nodes. Or else if we plan to deploy on fault tolerant, then we should choose single app node. Also, in case if we implement timer process or file poller, in those cases we can select the activation option as single app node. The next tab is Process Property. This is a new concept in BW6. In BW5, we have global variable to store static values. and this can be directly used in the process. But in BWO 6, we have model property, but those values are not directly used in process. So process property comes into picture. So this process property retrieves the value from model property and makes use that in each process. The next one is process variable tab. This is similar to BWO5 concept. We can create n number of process variables and we can assign the value using assign activity. And few other tabs, services, references, dependencies. All these informations are listed here. And one more thing, in the advanced tab, if I select the mode as stateless and save the project, I can see one more icon to create a REST service. Moving to the right side of the screen, we have 3 more icons. These icons are used at the client implementation, whereas the icons at the left side of the design area are used at the server side implementation. So moving to the right side of the design area, these icons create a reference to invoke the REST service or the SOAP service. So this first icon create REST reference to invoke a REST service. This one create a reference to invoke a SOAP service at the client side. Moving inside this design area, we can implement our business logic using the palettes, which is present in the palette library. So we can click this activity and choose the respective activity and implement the business logic in design area. The other way is we can right click, select add activity and select basic activities and choose, or general activities. Whatever activity we need, we can choose this. Let's say I'm selecting a timer activity and then I'm selecting log activity. So here I want to create a transition between these two activities. So in BWO6, we can just select this activity and click on this and drag and drop to the required activity. There is no need of anything to choose from the top. And also here the condition type can be selected as per our need. Either success or success with condition or success with no matching condition or error. So now there is a error occurred after I saved the project. So in the problems tab, I can see there is a error saying the input configuration error is occurred in the log activity. So click on this activity, go to properties, input tab. In the message field, I'm just giving some message, hello, and save the project. So now there is no error in problems tab. So basically for each activity, we can click that and go to the properties tab and specify the value here. And if there is any error occurred in this application or in any of the other application in the same workspace, and all those errors are listed in the problems tab. Console tab lists the output of the application during runtime. So in the upcoming videos, I will explain all the activities and its corresponding properties in detail. Now let's see the folder structures in TIBCO BWO6. When the application module is created in TIBCO BW6, immediately two applications are created in the Project Explorer. In this case, I have created test application and I was able to see two applications created in the Project Explorer. So this one is the main application where we implement our business logic. The other one is the project dot application, which is used to create the EAR for deployment. So let's see test application. Inside test, there is a folder structure. Process folder is created, and inside that there is a package test created, and inside that there is a blank process.bwp. This is the place where I have implemented our logic. So the process's default folder name, we should not change it. Inside that, n number of packages we can create and we can name it as per our need. Inside each package, we can create n number of starter process and sub-process. So let's see how to create a package inside a process. Select process, select new, and select BW Business Work Package. Let's give test 1. So the package is created. Inside the package, I can create BW starter process and sub-process. So select new BW process. I mentioned the process is public and I select as a empty process. And also I can create a sub-process in the similar way. Business work sub-process, and I kept the modifiers as public and kept the option as direct. So a simple sub-process is created. There is one more way to create a process and expose as a service. So here I create a BW process and I choose that process as a service sub-process. So here my process itself exposed as a service. This is the service name, this is the operation name. So we can implement our logic inside. So in BW6 there is a new concept. Each process can expose as a service. Whereas in BW5, we create the process and used in one or more services, but we will not expose the process as a service. Moving to service descriptors folder. This is used to create concrete and abstract WSDL. By selecting new and choose abstract WSDL and concrete WSDL, and we can create it. The next one is resources folder. This is used to create connection activities like HTTP client, HTTP connector, JDBC connection, JMS connection, JNDA configuration, etc. So here HTTP client is used at the client side of HTTP implementation, and HTTP connector is used at the server implementation of HTTP flows. And coming to schemas folder, we can create schema by selecting XML schema file, or we can generate the schema file from the JSON payload. Inside policy folder, we can create a policy package first, and inside that package we can create n number of policies required for our web services. So basically the thumb rule is we should not create connection activities in service descriptors or some other folder. We should always create inside resources. Similar way for schemas, we should create the schema files only inside schemas folder. So we should not create and place inside some other folders. Moving to module descriptors. This module descriptors is applicable to the overall application. Inside module descriptors, we have overview. In overview, we can see the module type is configured as application module. We can even choose The option is shade module. Application module is the one that can be independently deployed in tadmin, whereas shade module is like a design time library in BW5. It is completely dependent on application module to deploy on tadmin. So the process resources, whatever available in shade module, those things can be referred inside the application module, and that application module can be deployed in T. Also, one point, in shade module, whatever process or module property we create, we always create as public. Then only those property or process can be accessed inside the application module. In overview, we can create activator process. Activator process is nothing but the on startup and on shutdown implementation. Here in BW6, we have these implementation in a single process, whereas in BW5, we have these activities separately. So here, this is the activator process. We have on startup, implementation, and on shutdown. On startup is the pre-processing activities. When the engine starts, the very first activity execute is the on startup, and on shutdown is the one when the application shut down or engine crashed. In that case, the on shutdown activities implements. So basically, like in on startup, we can fetch the values from some database and store in the shade variables, and we can make use that in the project. Those kind of activity we can have in on startup. Coming to on shutdown, we can take some backup of the applications or some logs, so that when engine crash or application is stopped, we will have some details to track it. Moving to the overview screen, we also have module properties, dependencies, components, and shade variables. Those things are available in the left side of the screen as well. In overview screen, we can navigate to this screen directly. And also we can create business process, BW process or package in the overview screen. Moving to module property. In module property is nothing but the global variable in BW5. So here we have two tabs, user and system tabs. System tab contains default variables and the default values. And user tab, here we can create a new group and create a new property, and we can change the type of the property, and we can specify some default value. So this property, model property, is used only at design time. To use this at runtime, we should go to project.application, inside package unit, inside properties. We should move this design time GV to application level. If we do this, then only the GV which we created at design level will be applicable, will be available at runtime. We can also create multiple profiles at application level like SIT, UIT. So for the same property, module property, we can have different values. During deployment on different environments, we can choose the respective profile name. If we deploy the application in SIT, then we can choose the profile as SIT. So all the value which specified in SIT profile will be applicable. Coming to UAT environment, we can choose UAT profile. So all the values in UAT profile will be available in UAT environment for this application. This is the new concept in TIBCO BW6. Coming to dependencies. So this is the place where we can add the shade module so that we can access the connection activities process or module property which is there as public. We can access that in the application module. This is also only during the design time we can access. But for runtime, we should go to test.application package unit includes. We should include the shade module. Then only our shade module will be applicable at runtime. Moving to components. Components here we can configure the binding information for each service. This helps us to expose the process as a service by configuring the binding information, and this helps us to expose our service to outside world. Next is shade variable. Model shade variable and job shade variable. Model shade variable is nothing but the shade variable concept in BW5, and job shade variable is same like BW5. So here we can create primitive shade variable, or we can create a schema, and inside that we can have different fields. This is similar to BW5. Okay, that's all the folder structure and its usage. There is two more things. One is debug and run button. So this debug is used to debug the project, and we can see the process flow and input and output of each activities during execution. Coming to the run button, if we execute this, we can see the output only in the console tab. We cannot see the process flow or the input or output of the activities. So let's see. Let me execute the debug first. Debug configuration. Choose BW application and choose the. Okay, there is some error since we created some blank process. So let me delete that first. First, we should ensure there should not be any error in the problems tab. Even if we have multiple applications in the project explorer, there should not be any error in any of the application. We should resolve the error first, and then only we should execute. Now let me select debug configuration BW application. Now there is no error, so I am just selecting the application. In BW5 we select only the starter process, but in BW6 we should select all the process. So we can select the application name, so all the process inside that will be automatically selected. And there are few other tabs in debug configuration, advanced tab. So this is the port where the debug engine will run, and we can see the log details in this XML file. Bundles. So this TIBCO BW6 is based on OSGI bundles. So like here there are different bundles for different activities. If suppose we don't want some activities in our application, let's say RV activities are not required or file activities are not required for our application, in that case we can deselect that particular bundle so that it decreases the size and improves the performance. Only the required bundles can be selected for our application. Runtime arguments can be specified here and few other settings. So I am applying this and debugging. Now our window is moved from design perspective to debug mode. Wait for few seconds to get the engine start. Ignore these errors because I have configured a few things at the back end. For you, for the first time, these errors won't come. Just wait for few seconds. So here I'm able to see the BW application engine is started successfully and able to see the hello message. So here I can see the process and the execution. And here in business work jobs tab, I can see all the process and the respective activities, and the input and output of these activities can be available in job data tab on the right side. So only during debug we can see all these tabs. If we execute this run button, then we can see the output straight away in the console tab, whereas we will not able to see all other things. But I'm terminating the engine. I'm moving to design view. But run button, run BW application is more efficient. If suppose we don't want to see the input and output or the process flow execution, all those things, if we need the output straight away, then we can execute the run button. This is more efficient than debug. And one more thing, here you can see the icon for shade module and the application module. The icons looks different. So in shade module, when we create the shade module, there is only one application created in the project explorer, whereas for application module there are two application created. Okay, so here in the overview, in the project.application, in the overview, we can create the EAR for deployment. That's all in this video. Thanks for watching this video. Please help to like, share and subscribe this video. See you in another video.